Hello, good evening, and welcome to episode number 138 of Trophy Hunting. I am Stig, your bad driver for the evening. Let's get into the game, Project Cars 2. Right, let's have a look. So, on tonight's episode, we'll be looking at improving our competitive license, turning that F towards a B. We shall also be doing the rest of the Ginetta Junior cars. Hopefully knock a trophy there. We'll be driving 4 Ferraris around Imola in 4 seasons for a couple of trophies. Nick players time trial setup. We'll have a look at doing Fuji Storm lap under 2 minutes. Let's get on with the Ginetta Juniors. We have 5 rounds of that. Let's get into the action. On with the action.
Okay, mate, you know the drill. Let's build some heat into these tyres.
Drill indeed, Jeff. Nothing done in these sessions. 3-minute races. Quality session's probably going to be a similar length.
Get a good position here. Just remember, we only need one good lap.
One good lap does not mean you go off the track, Stick. I'm going to use qualifying to work out whether we need to do 2 laps here or 3. If we can do 2 laps, that'd be perfect. Got a feeling it's going to be 3. The race time around 4 minutes rather than 3. We'll work that as we go along. Yeah, it's definitely a case of needing 3 laps more than anything. That's not going to be too bad either, as far as overtime is concerned. It's going to need to be 3 laps.
Okay, mate, time to focus on those lights. Let's get a clean getaway and defend that pole position.
Away we go. Run through the first couple of corners. A bouncing there. a spin. Do you want to go through the final couple of corners quite nicely? I'm just going to update us on the time as well. What a legend.
Solid opening lap. Nice work.
Probably going to end up around the 3:10 mark, I'd imagine. Finally, we put 3 clean laps together. We can get that potential underneath a minute as well. 4 thousandths over. We're not going to do it by going off on the grass.
Minute remaining.
Do by taking the final corner like that either. You have to prove by just over a second to go sub 1 minute. And we're not going to do that. Yeah, look, we did get the potential. Lap down underneath, but not going to get the actual lap time down. It is a pity. There is the 3-minute mark up. Does look as though we're going to go quicker despite it going off.
Well done, mate. You won the race. You really, really earned it today. Great job.
There we go, 3:08. Quicker than I thought. Snetterton 200 next. Yeah, it's pretty much the oval Snetterton. Let's just pin what we need to complete the plat. It's easier to drive in the driver's circuit. Successfully managed to navigate the AI there. Always the case. That's the 500 circuit we can see on our right hand side there. Two chicane layouts here. Interesting. Sure what they do with the other one.
Go for pole. You can take it. Come on.
That's the plan, Jeff. This one is going to be a 2-lap race though. Usually find that corner a little bit tricky for hairpin. Assuming this lap's going to be about 90 seconds. It's the AI time to beat. It'll be 90 seconds. I'm going to be well outside 90 seconds. $37.4 for ourselves. Over 2 minutes for the AI. Love to see it. Let's try and dust this trophy off by 11. So that we can knock off the miscellaneous stuff. Ferraris around Imola in the seasons we should be able to knock off. Might have a look at the Fuji. Single player for the next half hour, 45 minutes, and then we'll join the online stuff. We'll be able to get Alan on board again.
2 minutes remaining.
Alan or Andy. I've said that, I think it's Andy. Either way. Send the message. Post race. Anyway, welcome. I'm just taking up our driver for the evening. Looking to progress towards the Project Cars 2 rather, finally.
Keep it on the island and keep pushing.
Currently have about 2/3 of the trophies. Making progress towards one with this Ginetta Juniors race. Go towards the end of the 3 minutes. I wonder if I can make it just 2 minutes. Maybe slightly quicker, but I'm not sure there's any need to do some amount of driving on the driving game. There is the checkered flag.
Fantastic drive.
The way he sounds so surprised. Bossing it, Jeff.
Ollie, you'll go green this time. Lights are out on the safety car.
Let's just check. It's handy. Just to send a message. It is empty. Message sent. Until then, we will continue with our quest in the single player. Into the park. That's a 3 minutes. Is the shortest race we could have. Also explains why I've got 3 minute races on. We are Darlington Park. The national layout rather than the Grand Prix layout. I'll point out the difference when we get there later in the lap. Till then, we're going to worry about the rain. Break there. Something new added for this week. And going forward, if you're live in the Twitch chat, if you spend enough time in, you will earn
Get ready to push hard.
points towards channel redemption. Channel redemption points. So you have added one reward if you spend enough time in the chat. Twitch.tv/70fm for those watching on YouTube. You can give suggestions on what you'd like to see on future trophy hunting. We already have our next game locked in. And we've platinumed this one. We're back to Spyro for Spyro 3. From beyond that, look for suggestions of things to do. some game you find interesting that you'd like to see on this channel, part of trophy hunting, spend points to suggest it. That'll cost you 250 channel points to do so. This time I do need to break the right hander there into sector 3. Also open to other channel point redemption ideas as well. Put them in chat if you're watching the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, into the comment section below. 37.6. Should return to the pit box. And once again be miles clear. Some more rain for the race. So once we finish this 5-race series, which this is in round 3, we should be knocking off the next trophy. No, this is going to be a 2-lap race. Actually, I mentioned the difference between 2 tracks either. Sorry, the 2 layouts of the track. So you're now familiar with the national layout. You've got the Grand Prix layout when we get to the final chicane. That's where the difference is. So here we are, final chicane of this layout. So if you were to go left here, down the coned off area, down a little straight, have a hairpin, a little straight to come back, you will rejoin the track here. That is the Grand Prix layout. Quite simple in that regard.
Let's consolidate that lead. One minute remaining.
Got this, Jeff. Although I'd like a canoe if I'm honest. To help me out. Made a mess of that. It might appear to be quicker against the Delta. Not sure how.
Great driving. What a win.
Something improves the quickest time. Next round. TP is also on. What have we got, Mr. Parrot? He's playing golf, I believe. He'll still be on when we finish, but certainly happy to raid him if he is still on. More rain. Silverstone for round 4. Oh, the pit lane. Silverstone. Multiple layouts. You'll see us not follow the Grand Prix circuit. Instead, just turn off to the Hangar Straight. It's going to make this race so much quicker.
Okay, let's build up the speed and get on it.
Alright, Jeff says. Like he wants a party more than anything else. Try further down than it is on the F1 games. Barely keep it between the white lines. One, two, into braking 3. Yeah, Grand Prix circuit. We should have left at this corner here. Miss out half of the lap, including the old pit straight. And return to the Grand Prix circuit here. Didn't miss out a lot of the twisty bit. This isn't a bad thing. Yeah, I am not going to do sub 130. I'm sure I'm going to be close to it. What the acceleration does for me. So we are going to make sure we drive a tiny bit slower on. Then again, I'm going to be off a stationary grid, so I'll solve that problem out. And it's raining, of course. The rain looks so much better on this than F1. So get me a speed, but that'll help me. Speed that up, how about? More appropriate than 4 tyres.
You have a 10-second lead over P2. Great job. Focus on your lap time. No mistakes.
Chill out, Jeff. I'm in charge.
2 minutes remaining.
No acceleration in these. Probably why it's a tier 6 car stick. This trophy should pop at the end of this series, but if it doesn't, I'll work out what else we need.
One minute to go.
Going to need a rocket ship if we finish the lap before the minute, Jack. So we need the final couple of corners. Fail chicane, I think this is club. We're going to skid around there.
Great job. You were the best out there.
Avoided
today.
doing that.
First class.
Fourth and floor for us there. Brands Hatch GP circuit. I guess we could hurry through this a little more by skipping this final race. Back to Brands we go. This is another race where it's just going to be 2 laps. Going to be halfway around the second. The end of the 3 minutes. We need to work out our next path for a championship in career mode. We should definitely have to do another tier 1 series, so have a look at that. See what we can tick off on the way. said, the time it's taking to get around here, I might only do one lap.
Good luck. Give it everything on your hot lap. You can do this.
I've got to concentrate on this hot lap to start off with. There are 5 different disciplines we need to do for the diversity trophy. I think we may only have 4 come the end of this series. It would be a case of having to do one of the lower tiers again. Right, so the international circuit goes straight on there. Come out by the final corner. Such a lovely track this. So nice to drive on both this and GT. The SRL Renault Series races last night on the YouTube channel. Right now, Randall Sash and Circuit de Sainte-Croix. Very long lap in these cars. Can only break the 2-minute mark. And 59.0 for that. Snow is forecast.
Made it to the final race. Go and wrap it up.
Wow. Look at this. Oh. Might want to drive in a straight line stick instead of whatever that was. First time I've ever driven in snow on this game. Although with the miscellaneous we're looking at doing a little bit, it probably won't be the last time this evening. Andy is online. Go and join him in a little bit.
To go.
Said I've done the longer championships than these. So I was trying to speed run it a little better in that regard. Bit of reduced races in the champ. Oh well. I think that'd have been nice if it had been a 4-minute race, or yeah, I was about 15 seconds slower.
Just ease off and bring it home.
The final lap. You know that. Oh, whoa. Oh, go left. There we go. Slidey, slidey. That is some of the AI only doing the 1 lap anyway. So that's slow doing the first one. South round, let's find off few corners. And want to go at the end of this straight. And there we have it. A little trickier with the stow, but
Fantastic result. You really earned it this season.
let's go, Jeff. There's the Ginetta Junior. So that's not popped the diversity trophy.
Greatest and most challenging race circuit in the world, with the greatest drivers and racing drivers and racing cars in the world.
So we can do the Clio Cup. Which is what is suggested here. At the wrap. So we've done the Ginetta Juniors in 6. Clio Cup, Rallycross, which is the bottom one, 4. LMP3 and Formula X we've done. I think we've now got to go through everything again. Not really what I was after. Can do that on the short side of things. Let's get ourselves. Oh, I gotta have a stupid number. Don't have 71. Should we go with 364 because why not, essentially. Takes a quick race. get ourselves Ferrari 280 summer. Get ourselves one lap. That we require Imola. One lap, no opponents. Just check to see whether that will pop us. I believe that's sufficient. Custom race, select Imola, Ferrari, and set a race to one lap and 0 opponents. Finish your race, and when you're back at the menu, select another Ferrari and do the track again. Do it with 4 different ones. So we are going to make a note of this. So the 288 summer. Just going to take the first 4 Ferraris that we see. Wasn't an option if do not drive like a melt, right? Well, that went well. I'm going to assume that I don't need a valid lap. Just completing a lap will do. Doesn't mention that the laps have to be valid, but that said, if it isn't valid, we can always come back and do it next week. Get out of the kitty litter. Made that look a hell of a lot more difficult than it should have been. I'm hoping that's 1 from 4. Yeah, race central. Next one. I'll take the 330. And we are in spring. I'll take a note of that. Absolutely beautiful car, this one. The one we've had the privilege of driving on Gran Turismo. Sure we stay within the lines if we can this time around. Oh. Wait, what's happened here? Okay, not expecting that to happen. Because I was on brakes for that long, it thought I needed to reverse. Maybe so. Change reverse to square. Not going to keep track of the times for this, but that one's much quicker due to less exertions off the track. So that is 2 done, I think. Definitely 1. Right, what else have we got? Got the 333 SP in winter. Look at this machine. There we go. I think we held the brake down for too long, which sent it into reverse. Lots of recesses. Should have ourselves 3 done at the end of this lap. In the rain could be a lot of fun. It's 2 in the bag. Should be 3. Let's go for the 365. And that will be in autumn. Or fall, as Americans would say. So there should be 2 trophies at the end of this. Sounds very jerky as you go between gears here. You're not going to get penalised. May invalidate our trophy attempts for the evening. Goku held on to reverse the brake a little too long, and it's sent us into reverse and into a spin. Of course, I'm not going to edit that out because there's all too much effort from my behalf. There is the Viva Ferrari trophy for driving 4 Ferrari cars around Imola. Did we not do the seasons as well? That's where it will be. This one again. Ginetta Juniors. Don't have it spring for this first race either way. Again, it might not have counted with it not being a valid lap. I'm going to validate against it, come on. Around the corner. There we go. The lap valid. It definitely should be. 4 seasons trophy. And kept it in bound this time. To the line. And there is the all-year-round trophy for completing a race around a single circuit in all 4 seasons. Up to 67%. Yes, I said that number. Up to that. It's that. I'm going to look really quick one to knock off. That ghost. Right. Where is... Let's add that. The card goes. Select the ghost to someone in the leaderboard who has a wrench and a tuning setup. Yep. Spyro does. We'll start the time trial before starting the race. Press right and square to download the ghost. Perfect. Right. Square. Save it. New setup slot. New setup. There is the I want to know your secret trophy for downloading another play setup from time trial. Right. Means we don't actually have to do time trial. You go and join Andy in the multiplayer section. He's online in a session already. Jackson Racing. He's doing Watkins Glen. Superb circuit. Cards filled with AI. Competitive license on. Full damage, perfect. Let's create that multiplayer session. Right, let's go and get Andy. Invite. Invitation is sent. So we complete the 124 the 350 we require. Get ourselves the license we need. While we wait, I'll tell you about the next SRL race. It's on Gran Turismo on Sunday. We'll be at Eiger Norwand for 18 laps, Deep Forest Raceway 14. We'll be on 9:15 on Sunday, and the Renault Megane Trophy 11 car that we were in last night as well. Missed races 1 and 2. They are on the YouTube channel at SRL Stig. And the VOD is on Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Stig7TFM. Trying to work out how many things are in the top right hand corner next to the R3 underneath my PSN. 38. How many of those qualified towards the 50 we need? For one of the trophies? Not entirely sure. But I'm going to start. I was expecting Andy to just rock up in a moment actually. Now that I've started. Typical if that is the case. But I might as well do some track action rather than just sitting there waiting.
Good luck. Give it everything on your hot lap. You can do this.
Go round and round on an oval. The race here will see us into E. A long way to go until we get up to the B rating we require. There it will be a case of just doing a knock-hill tri-oval over and over again, blasting through those. Depth, where's the need, pal? So we're at 10.5 behind. Back down to 4th we go. Surely he's having a terrier. We'll gain from momentarily. Mr. Sharda. There we go into the original pole position. Oh, gonna be down there. As said, we'd probably be better off putting on the World Number One's setup here. Hey Chris, my friend, that was not my fault. He was driving incredibly slowly. That's the difference when we don't have the tow compared to when we do have it. Best part of a second. Well, I'm just gonna slow down. I don't have to do with all that beyond this one. There we go, qualifying complete. Driven into. Yeah, I exited in the pit lane at the end of after the session's finished. Just park it here. There we go. Pole position. Let's get on with the 10-lap race. We'll let you. So we'll just hit me. Then you're gonna get a warning from the race director. It's me that gets those. So essentially, I think the fastest way for us to get rating is to be this sort of distance in front. There's no jeopardy of being hit by the AI. They're close enough for the results to matter. Exactly the same as the previous one, Jeff. No, it wasn't. It was 1,000th quicker. There we go. Quicker still. Halfway through this race. Quick lap on lap here, probably because we're burning fuel. Yeah, he's slightly quicker than me, I think. Distance around the 410 mark. Well, this worked, Jeff. I've done a few of these races before. There we go. a CF there, which I'm not happy with. Unless it turns to E. When we get back into the lobby. I don't think it does though. Nope, we're still in F. We lost a little bit because of qualifying. Okay.
I grew up watching Senna and listening to Senna and obsessed with the way that he was so precise. He was a perfectionist. He had this magical way to drag
Send that in Andy.
from a car.
Another invite.
What he really made people aware of was the brain game that's at play with racing. 99% of this is done in the mind, in the preparation, in memorising the lap perfectly and tuning the car, and he just took it to another level in terms of being able to bring all those components together for a single performance in a single moment.
Race director. Do that one. Welcome guys, I am Stig, your bad driver for the evening. Here for episode 138 of Trophy Hunting, where we're going through the online portion. Project has 2. You can see by the progress, we're still rated an F driver. We need B for a trophy. Also need to complete 350 races. We've only done 125 of them online. Got a long way to go in that regard. We are going to be joined by Andy at some point. We wait. One moment. Yeah, our friend Dougie is platinum in the game. Did that at the end of last month. Okay. Explain why we haven't seen him in a while. I'm going to put the setup on this time. Patch Henry. Tuning set. That is on. See if it makes us any quicker. Hopefully so. Got a long way to grind for this lap though. Well, that was good. Try not to absolutely over rev it as you take control stick. Oops. To Andy. Absolute clown. Right. Exit this one. And we'll reset up another one. Well, that didn't work, did it? Sure that is damage. That one. Device on. Light vehicle. I'll create that. So invite Andy again. I will try not to drive like an absolute plonker. There's no guarantee of that one. So we don't lose any of the petrol license there. Perfect. To Andy. I will sort you that out in a moment. Andy is a B-rated driver, which is good stuff. Right, tune-in setup. Share. Share that to Andy. Should have received it. We should hopefully have in a second. It's pro license. Rain online. Tier 1s, although it's not like we're going to be able to do that straight away. Right. Let's see if we can successfully escape the pit lane. Sending Andy the road number 1 setup. Control of the car here again. Leave me alone. Give me some slack.
Okay, let's build up the speed and get on it.
Oh, that is much quicker. Now we're on the track. In our previous one. Will be a case of getting up to speed. Off the grid, that'll be the problem. Yeah, this setup is much quicker. Because when we're on the track itself, we've got a lot of stability as well. Don't know, Andy is approaching us to pass. We're not going to stand in his way. Should Andy not be leading himself? Does look like with this setup though we're going to have to be lapping the AI. It's fine us to spread out a little bit, but not have to all bunch fit together.
Great driving at P2, so we're starting on the front row. Nearly had the pole, but not quite. Good driving.
Check with Andy if that works out. Where? Oh, he's no longer in the race. That's sad. I wonder why it does that. sensible around the first corner. Sure, this is what we want out of these races. It's really, really nice. You can see them away, but I can be battling with the AI like this. What we're going to want to be doing to get the trophy.
That's the fastest first sector time.
I want to avoid the walls.
That's the fastest lap of the race.
The racing and rockets. See what Andy's message was. Gonna get any respite otherwise. With an over like Indy, I've got plenty of time between the corners. But not so much. The problem we're going to have is the AI are all going to be bunched up. Potentially this one guy.
We don't need any drama here. Let's keep it focused.
Problem is I don't know which side I'd want to overtake them. Looks like quite nicely though. The race time is going to be much quicker, but
Great start. Fastest lap of the race. Final lap. Just ease off and bring it home.
depending on what we want to do, this is the better way of getting through the ratings. There we go, to the line.
Well done, mate. You won the race. You really earned it today. Great job.
Let's try again. Right, we're now E-rated, which is superb. So that doesn't improve it by a great deal. So it is going to be better to just do the other setup. more of a boost by doing the default setup. Of course, send Andy this one first though. Share. Share to Andy there. Hopefully that's gone through. So we're going to need to battle the AI rather than just zoom past. There he is. Work out where he was. Oh, on the track stick. Just a second. You're ready to be run out of the water by Andy at any point. Currently on the front row. Oh, that's going to last for, I'm not sure. Yeah, you're all going to box. There we go. In third place start. So it's well off the track. Wait for the countdown.
We've qualified in third place. We didn't have quite what it took to get onto pole. We can put it back together in the race.
That's because Andy's bloody quick game. So yeah, it does cheat. It's a human player. He's got swept up behind. Fake Benetton. The pace is just going to let Andy disappear, but that's fine.
New personal best. Great job.
Roughly 5-6 tenths in the lead here. Well, in the lead, I mean of the chasing pack. Less cars for Andy to lap though. Quite up to the back of us yet. The back of this pack. Quite ugly either. No, he isn't. All we got with that lap car there is AI is not going to lap it as quickly. Yeah, not as good as lapping cars as we are. Final lap. He wins. Over a lap from us. The AI comes third through 30. There we have it. We move to there. A little bit of progress with E. Plenty of way to go there. A lot better than the year we were earlier in the proceedings. So it's going to be quite a grind though. Round and round again.
Let's take this pole. Stay on it. Stay focused. You can do this.
So yeah, I wouldn't drive so close to me. Get myself some laps in. Second of the bank isn't too bad. Even in front of us will help us out a little bit. Taken David. Second temporarily. Really close top 6 here. And here's the front. I'm not going to have the benefits of toe in this part. I'm going to nick provisional pole by 1,000 to the second. Problem is there's no one to tow us here. As a result, we're giving the AI tows. And he goes much quicker. It's a second and a half of the world record in time trial. 22 dead for that. Randy's car has seen better days there. Essentially lapping for the sake of lapping here. I think the AI is going to do us. It's certainly not going as quick as Andy's time. Back ahead of us. What we're going to do here actually. Well, out of the way there. Just jump to pit box, I suppose. Get the 24 hours of Le Mans by doing Tier 4 Prototype C. Wow. That'd be useful.
Great job. That's P2, just a few tenths off pole. We're starting on the front row in the race. Lovely.
10th off pole, Jeff. If by a few you mean 47, then yes. Definitely a few.
Don't worry about it. You'll get it back.
We had the place to start off with, game. Hopefully there'll be no shenanigans. The AI, the driver has been eliminated. Hopefully that's one driver having their own accident rather than involving others. We need these guys to keep up with us and improve our safety rating.
That lap's a new personal best. Good job. Keep pushing.
Problem is I don't really want to slow down.
That's your fastest lap so far today.
I just lost too much. The AI like to smash into me. Third straight 24 420. Sorry, 28 420. And he is on his way. Should get out of the way.
Just at your own personal best fastest lap. Keep it up.
Problem is, this is going to take forever. Doing it this way. Said it might be an idea to get Knockhill back out. Get through a few of those.
Nice one. That's your fastest lap so far.
The 350 down. And he wins this one by even more than last time. There we go. Another race in the bag. Slow progress, but we're getting there. Oh, we'll do one more of these and then move on to try over. Right, we go again. One last final race here. We want to knock or try oval. Get through 10, 15, potentially those. Cups isn't great. Not going to help us with our safety rating. The poor guy. Right in the pack now. So the eye going to be really nice to give me a toe. Nope. He won by 4.6 seconds. If you could stay there and just give me a toe, that would be beautiful. I'm going to have to work our way through the pack. Actually, could be better for the trophy. We didn't fix that very well. Qualified 8th, Jeff, come on. Just outside the top 3. This guy. again. Andy is here.
Stay focused now. Keep pushing hard on this opening lap. We'll take that place back.
Well, I wasn't looking back. But today. Oh, this tactic of sitting right out of the eye this time. When does Andy arrive? Now is the answer. What remains if these two touch, we're in prime position to be taken out. Well, why is he just broken there? Well, I've undone a lot of our hard work there. What a clown. I'm not even going to be able to complete the race here, am I? Rear-ended by the AI. Hmm. Yeah, so that's going to be more beneficial, sitting in the pack. And he's setting up his own lobby. Might be a case of needing to be the host. Now you'll have to host a private online race and invite your friend. That makes more sense. I think it's just going to be me racing here and Andy watching. Yep, and that appears to be the case. 15 of us on circuit. No pressure that Twitch and Andy are both watching. Probably more beneficial than if I start the back. So if I start the back, I have to battle through everyone. So let's do that. Go. There we go, first through 11th, 6/10 covers there. Essentially just waiting for this time to run out. Yeah, really close. This one. Here we go.
Okay, that's qualifying over. We're outside the top three, but remember it's the race result that counts.
That's fine, Jeff. Oh, what's happening here? A lot of lag by the looks of it. There we go. The way in packing. Right camera angle for myself. Three drivers that fit. Don't have the AI on aggro normal. The Allen and the lobby. Jesus. Oh. Sure that AI driver had put in for me there. I've got a warning for that. Disagree, not my fault. Top 5 spot here. You do. 5th place I think that was. Considering I was well off the back. Win. Okay. Won apparently. Take that then. We are moving up E ranks. And do the rest of the session. It's done there then. It's a good time for me to call, I think. Oh, and these invite to the final race. Could do this one and then call it a night. This will be our last race. will know this track by the back of it, like the back of a hand. Set up. There. Load setup. And that one. Send that one to Andy. It should pop. Right. Just gonna wait until the end of the session. Load setup. Patch. Share. Doesn't matter if we don't get out to do a lap because I'm not wanting to. Should Andy's way. Some action on the screen. Yeah, going side by side. Now the AI battling. I'm just going to go for a quick pit stop while we wait for the second to finish. back. This is the final race of trophy hunting.
Okay, we've qualified outside the top three, but we can make that up in the race.
That's fine, Jeff. Chill out, pal. Well, a lot of hitting between the AIs there. I don't think I was that far off the pace. There's the settings different to what I have, clearly. So, I want to be in the middle of the pack. Get the biggest boost. Oh, come on. So the final lap of the race. Not boxing game. Yeah, AI at times is so stupid on this game. To race central. I think we've stayed exactly the same. Either way, that is the end of this week's trophy hunting. Thank you to Andy for the races. Stream for me will be Sunday. I'll have the second part of the Renault Megane Trophy Championship on Gran Turismo 7. That's Sunday 9:15. We're back on Gran Turismo on Wednesday at the same time for a car and track combination I can't remember. Then we're back here for Trophy Hunting at the later time of 10:15 for some more Project Car Cars 2. No raid from me tonight. I am just going to get off for some food. YouTube, you'll get those on Monday and Thursday 1 AM for the SRL GT7 trophy hunting next Friday dinner. Until next time, it's goodbye.